Okay, so we've got The Rancher's Hired Fiancee by Judy Duarte. It's a Harlequin special edition that originally came out in June 2012. I found this book at Goodwill, and the funny part of it is I couldn't remember if it was one book that I gave to a friend and maybe the friend gave it to Goodwill, but anyway, long story short, I fell in love with the cover of the book, and then the title of the book caught my attention, but then the back just reeled me right on in. So let me read the back to you. Fake Fiancé, True Romance. The Antonio Banderas look-alike standing on the porch in Western gear wasn't all what actress Catherine Loza had expected. But when the tall, dark, totally irresistible rancher asked her to play the role of his fiancée to get the local matchmakers off his back, well, it was an offer the actress couldn't refuse. Brighton Valley Mayor Ray Mendez thought that he'd come up with a perfect plan. But as his fake engagement awakened stirrings of real romance and real passion, he soon found himself wondering if he could persuade his co-star to make their engagement of convenience permanent. A proposal from the heart and a baby on the way might just convince her that he was for real. This is a new generation of cowboys and cowgirls is on the way from the Brighter Valley Babies series. Now we're going to read to you just a little page to wet your whistle on this book to make you want to go find it. So it says, he was just about to say goodbye and send Catherine on her way when she eased forward, rose on her tiptoe, and lifted her lips to kiss him goodbye. Of course, great idea. There was an audience presence, and there was two people in love. A goodbye kiss was definitely in order. Ray stepped in and lowered his mouth to hers, but as his lips met hers, he found himself wrapping his arms around her and pulling her close, savoring the feel of her in his arms, the scent of her shampoo, the taste of her. Oh, wow. Dear reader, if you're like me, you enjoy a marriage or engagement of convenience story. And when that story is set in a small Texas town with cowboys and ranchers and babies, well, you all have those fixins for a great romance. So welcome back to Brighton Valley, whose interim mayor and wealthy rancher Ray Mendez has more money and property than he can shake a stick at, even after a lengthy legal battle with his gold-digging ex-wife. Now that the divorce is final, every single woman in that town is determined to win his battered heart, but Ray's not interested. When he meets visiting actress and dancer Catherine Loza, he hires her to be his pretend fiancée to keep the women at bay until his interim position as mayor is finished. The scheme works beautifully until Ray finds it difficult to draw the line at placating. And now Catherine realizes her temporary gig just might be the role of a lifetime. So I hope you'll pack this book in your suitcase or take it down to the shore by the pool with you for some good summer reading. Wishing you romance, Judy. And we'll just read a little bit here about Miss Judy Duarte. Always knew that there was a book inside her, but since English was her least favorite subject in school, she never considered herself a writer. An avid reader who always enjoys a happy ending, Judy couldn't shake the dream of creating a book of her very own. Her dream became a reality in March 2002 when Silhouette Special Edition released her first book, Cowboy Courage. Since then, she published more than 20 novels. Her stories have touched the hearts of readers around the world, and in July 2005, Judy won a prestigious Reader's Choice Award for The Rich Man's Son. Judy makes her home near the beach in Southern California when she's not cooped up in her writing cave, and she's spending time with her somewhat enormous but delightfully close family. And that's the only 3 paper clips I got for you, so here comes the book rating. What I loved about this book was they both have past they have to overcome. And to understand that, I want you to read the book. Do they overcome it? Does she pick him for the forever after? Is there a complication that may lead to that decision? And does she not want to go back to her previous life? The only way to find out the answers to those questions, of course, is read this wonderful book called The Rancher's Hired Fiancé by Judy Duarte. It's a special edition Harlequin, and you don't want to miss out on it. And I'm giving it an 8. So that's a good firm reading that'll get you moving and a grooving and getting out there to find this book. So thank you for tuning in. And let's do one more. Because why? I want to.